now that a fair portion of the country seems to be in some version of a death cult. They just do. What do you think? How do we get out of this thing? What do you foresee happening to get our friends and family back into rational land?
I don't know, because I believe those memes where people say, if the internet existed, would polio still exist? And I think there is some truth to that, that the misinformation was spreading when all these other vaccines were invented. Would these diseases still be around? So in that degree, I don't know. I mean, you're going to hit a point where certain vaccines are just required. I can't send my kids to school if they don't have their MMR vaccine. They don't have their various shots. I mean, from the minute you leave a hospital with a newborn baby, they're shooting them up with vaccines, and it is by law requirement. And they're going to hit that point eventually with COVID. When that point will be, I don't know, but you're going to have to get your kids vaccinated at some point, so it will take personal choice out of the equation. When you've been conditioned to vaccinating your kids for other things in order to send them to school, this will probably become part of it. How to get rid of the disinformation angle, I mean, I'm not going to get into the technical thing of, what Mark Zuckerberg needs to do to get the act together and change the algorithm and try to fix all of this. But I will say that the temperatures will go down. One of the reasons that Biden makes the great next president after Trump is because he's so boring. You need a couple of really boring presidents in a row to get the temperature down in this country, whichever side, Democrat or Republican, to just bring the temperature down to normalcy a little bit. So that I think is what will stop the cold. I mean, and the other thing is taking this one particular actor out of the equation. So whatever happens legally with certain political people, could have a lot of effect on what others believe. But I think, I think just really making politics boring again. Forget making America great again. Let's make politics boring again. Let's get to a point where nobody watches CNN. None of us were watching CNN before, unless we were in an airport. So let's get to that point where we're not consuming as much media as we were before. And I think that will change some of our relatives who are trapped in this disinformation mindset.
I hope so. I would really like to live in that world.
Yes.
Although one of my favorite running jokes between my wife and I this year has been, you know what the president tweeted today? No, me either. Isn't it great? We have no idea.
Yes, I went all through those 4 years. I would literally wake up, roll over, grab my phone and check what was trending on Twitter, because it was constantly the end of the world. It wasn't even what was ending the world yesterday. It was an entirely new set of just crazy circumstances on Twitter. And it was every single day. And now, for the past year, I don't do that anymore. I don't wake up and grab my phone and check to see what's trending on Twitter unless it's book Twitter. So that has been a nice change for my own sanity. And I hope if we continue on this vein for a lot longer, we might see politics get just as boring as we all know it should be.
That would be wonderful. I hope it happens.
Yeah.